Atlantic Bank, refreshingly different. City Ceramica, a hero you can depend on, and CompuGhana, passion for technology. So, a lot of the papers are on holidays, and so we'll be sharing with you what's happening, online. And talking about online, let me just say that so we're doing a newspaper review and news review and online review together. Online review brought to us by Zenith Bank in your best interest. Goyle Good Energy and Enterprise Life. No matter how much you make for a living, Enterprise Life has solutions carefully crafted for you. Enterprise Life, your advantage. And the Goyle Asida train. Well, in appreciation of its customers, Goyle has released its Asida train. Yes, Goyle Asida train, moving from station to station across the nation. Catch it, buy any Goyle product and get rewarded with quality Goyle branded items, including t-shirts, face towels, dusters, tissue boxes, and many more assorted souvenirs. Look, all you need to do is only to be alert this Christmas at any Goyle station near you, because the Goyle Asida train could be making a stop. Spot it, buy your Goyle products and get rewarded. Christmas is early at Goyle this year. Get on board Goyle Asida promo and get rewarded. Afisha Pau, Goyle Good Energy, Goyle, yeah, yeti. Let's see what's making news this morning. Lots of issues online now that we realize that the newspapers, just like a lot of corporate Ghana are also on break.
There are stories on restrictions at the beach lifted. The story about court remands 3 SHS students involved in the banning of a boat driver. We have GRA taxing to be work hard to block those revenue leakages. The story about frustrated Ghanaian car registrants appeal for more workstations, and also the African Cup of Nations. One former England player, Ian Wright, talking about the fact that it's being disrespected. There's a story also about the former governor of Nigeria's central bank commending Bawumia for leading Ghana's digitization drive, and also the Ministry of Health from next year would implement this no vaccination, no entry at the ministry. Interesting.
Let's get into the details. Yeah. And let me start with the Ministry of Health one, because the Ministry of Health says beginning January 4.
That's so just next week.
Yes, next week, Tuesday. The Ministry of Health will not admit to its premises or office anybody who has not fully vaccinated for COVID-19. So the ministry, in a memo issued on December 21, entitled COVID-19 Infection Prevention at the Ministry of Health, signed by its Chief Director, Kwabena Boyedu-Okwafare, said, valid vaccination cards will therefore be required for entry into the Ministry of Health building. And the memorandum implored the staff of the ministry who are yet to get vaccinated to do so. And you know that COVID-19, cases in Ghana are rising. And so it's very, very necessary.
And it's interesting, Winston, that the last place that you want to fake results is to take a fake certificate or card to the Ministry of Health. And there was a story recently on a statement issued by the the Bank of Ghana, where some companies were said to trying to put a fuss on the Bank of Ghana. They said that, okay, they have brought in certain monies and they have been frozen by the Bank of Ghana. And the Bank of Ghana went in to do the investigation. They found out that it wasn't true. These companies were trying to pull a fast on the Bank of Ghana to retrieve these monies from the bank. And so the last place you want to try and pull a fast one is to take a fake vaccine certificate or something. They're trying to enter the Ministry of Health.
Exactly. And Fred Smith is here, is the head of our health desk. Fred, so the Ministry of Health has been telling us that no vaccination, no entry into their offices, and that's in relation to the rising numbers of COVID. There's also an attempt to get as many Ghanaians qualified to be vaccinated. But when it comes to COVID, we know that you've been studying a case count, you've been monitoring, you've been doing the trend analysis. What's the status today?
Well, we're somewhere around the 9,500 cases. The average for the last 2 weeks has been around 1,000 cases per day. And so, we've been going there, but our cases seem to be coming down. We're waiting for the report for today. Around the 23rd, we had 1,374, which is the highest in December. And so the 1,074 we got on Christmas Day is a bit of an improvement, but we need to see a few days after that how the cases will trend. Mind you, tonight we'll be going for the watch night service, and that has been the main concern of the health authorities, that how people will cram themselves in the auditorium, and be singing and sharing the word of God. It's fine, but the advice is for them to do this outside, in the open, so that the risk of spread will be reduced. And so we're praying that today will pass and we will see fewer cases, just like happened on Christmas Day. In that way, we will be making a lot of progress towards cutting down the numbers.
And Winston, just a quick connection to what Fred was saying there. In South Africa, it says that the Omicron wave may have peaked, and South Africa says that they have actually lifted an overnight curfew rules, with officials saying that the country may have passed the peak of its fourth wave of COVID-19 infections. And there was always, and Fred might help us, that it's funny how this variants or these virus works, that it peaks and then you realize that at a point in time it gets down, whether because when more persons are infected, the doctors will help us, then immunity is built or whatever. So you see that right, so it's funny, and there's a funny school of thought, and I hope I'll be forgiven by the medical doctors, that sometimes allow people to be infected, because one way or the other, it builds some immunity. Because even if you follow the trend with the first wave in Italy, in New York, the numbers went so up, and then it's still declining.
Yeah, but
so
the thing about the waves and the numbers going up is that, look, we saw the hospitals getting full in Europe.
Yeah.
We saw it here in Ghana.
Yeah.
And we had to, the private sector had to come assist the government putting up an infectious disease center.
Yeah.
Look, our health facilities do not match those in Europe.
Yeah.
We have not been able to vaccinate the 20 million Ghanaians fully that we were thinking of.
Yeah.
When I spoke to Dr. Kumar Boaje last week, he said we had vaccinated 10 million Ghanaians. That's just like all those who have had single shots and those who have had double shots. So, I mean, that's not to say that we're giving double shots to 10 million Ghanaians. Some have just had one shot. Now, the point is, what that means is that some of the people are going to show symptoms, not mild symptoms, severe symptoms. And when that happens, you have to be on admission and be giving treatment. The question is, can our health system support these infections?
And for those who have underlying conditions as well, that the fears that you might lose them. But I'm just saying that I just pray that we've gotten to our peak. I stand to be, in terms of the infections.
Well, we cannot say that for Omicron, because, we're looking at a lot of people went out to town 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and people go out today. When we are done, and we come up, with
second week in January,
we'll be able to tell, and we have also increased our testing.
Yeah. For me, I want to push this whole idea about getting vaccinated, because yes, it is good to know your status, because sometimes you've tested and it's negative, and you ask yourself that maybe the good thing to also push now is that everyone should go out there and get vaccinated. There's no treatment for COVID, so fine, it's good to know your status and isolate, but at the end of the day, I think that rather let's push this message of people going out there to look for the centers and get vaccinated.
Exactly.
Rather than the testing. You test and nothing is negative. And
the point you made, George, about getting a lot of people infected so we build natural immunity, it's actually, some experts have that idea that once people don't want to go and take the vaccines, well
we should not encourage that.
But the danger is that there's some who will not survive it.
Yeah, underlying conditions.
Exactly. There are some who will not survive, and so if everybody will be infected and then gain them natural immunity, that would be good for us. It may be the reason why we are now declining after the fourth wave. The data we have suggests that we've had fewer people in the hospital, fewer people with severe
ICU
cases. In fact, until yesterday, we had 0 critical cases in our wards. It means that our ICUs were virtually empty. Critical cases were somewhere around 17 for a very long period. And so, we seem to be doing well in that area. And maybe Omicron is not that
severe or deadly.
It doesn't give you severe symptoms. But we still need to be careful and stay away.
Get vaccinated. There have
Get
been
vaccinated.
serious vaccines that we've taken, but the funny thing about, let's go out there and get
I think people
vaccinated.
should state it if they
So,
have
guys,
vaccinated.
yeah,
that will motivate others. I
Yeah.
have vaccinated.
I have also done. I'm waiting to get my booster shot. Actually,
I'm AstraZeneca.
yeah.
Well, let's continue. And the police has been warning of prophecies that cause fear and alarm. And some pastors have been reacting to this. Now, the presiding bishop of the Methodist Church, I'm a Methodist, so I'll start with my presiding bishop.
Okay, that's good.
Now, he says that the ethics of the profession must be allowed to be at play here. And he says, like a doctor, you can't just go out announcing that a patient is going to die. This will stir up unnecessary fear and panic. There should be a more tactful way of going about it. So he says if they think that going there to announce it is the way to go, then they should be ready to prove it. It's as simple as that.
And there's this one pastor, I'll mention his name, who claimed that he's going to go ahead and do it.
Oh, Nigel Dizzy. He said that openly.
And for me, I think it's so unfortunate that, listen, that if your intention is not to move the glory away from God and bring it to you yourself as a person, then what is the
He
essence
says
of
he has
leading?
42 prophecies.
You understand me? Because then people, these so-called quote men of God, who want to take the place of God and bring the glory to themselves, that is why they are doing that. Because if that thing is to edify God and also redeem that person, the essence is not to go out there and stand in Honolulu and prophesy about Ghana when the Ghanaians there or Ghanaians here would not get access to that message.
Why do you tell me that? If you know I'm going to die, and I said this yesterday, you know I'm going to die. Why do you go and stand in your church when I'm not there and say that I'm going to die next?
It is all trying to let people seem that they are powerful.
Why don't you walk up to
And
me?
I know it. And
Why-
trying to
no.
put the glory on themselves. Period.
Why don't you walk up to me and tell me that, Winston, this is what God has revealed to me about you.
Yeah.
So God says you should tell me that I'm going to die in 2022
Yeah.
if I don't do some things right. Then we'll pray. But you stand there and every time
God reveals to
it's like
redeem.
death.
Come up with a list of people who will die in the day.
God,
in the
you
year.
see, and I'm just saying that, Fred, some of these so-called pastors want to put the glory upon themselves, to take the place of God. Our Bible says that God is a jealous God. He doesn't share his glory with no man. Let's realize that if it's coming from God, let God be the center of it, and not you as a person in trying to say that I am powerful, I am this and that. It's unfortunate.
You know, the men of God who always issue these prophecies of doom, one of them, if I'm not mistaken, T.B. Joshua, who indicate how many people will die, what will happen here. Well, he's not a prophet of doom as such, but one of the things he will say is who will die and who will not. And unfortunately for us, we lost him this year.
Yes, Fred. And on that note, we have to go for the BBC News.
Was not given.
Well, we have to go for the BBC News, brought to us by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us, Sefi Brothers and Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner.
Gave up on driving out of frustration. What hadn't I done? Purging, replacing electrical parts, changing my fuel pump, and still the engine noise in my car won't stop. Then I met this guy who said I should try Goil Fuel. By the way, my name is Thomas. I did try Goil Super XP Ron 95. Now my car is renewed. Yankonkwa!
Goil stocks only higher grade fuels, further enriched with XP3 multifunctional enhancer, more efficient, eco-friendly, and at no extra cost. Available at every Goil station. Ajibebia. Goil Super XP Ron 95 and Diesel XP. Higher grade fuels, excellent for modern engines and all vehicles. Goil, good energy. Yeah, yeah, dear.
Hey, Evercoco, what brings you to my house this early morning? I hope all is well.
All is never well with me, Onikbakbo. After paying 3 times for the land for my project, the construction workers are now giving me wahala. From material overestimation to small stealing. I am tired.
I told you so, Evercoco.
At
It's all because you are trying to become builders when you're corporate workers and business people. Edlum has products tailored to meet your needs. Villas 3 at Amrahia, where there are finished homes. Conveniente, also at Amrahia, where it's contemporary but super affordable apartments. Prices start from $35,000. And the Avant-Garde, located in Adrigano, which has sleek luxury apartments. For more information, please visit edlumhousing.com or simply call 0270-166-166. Edlum Housing, where spacious homes cost less.
As an executive, every transaction needs to be swift and convenient.
Kindly enter your PIN to authorize the transaction, sir. Here's your purchase, sir.
I travel light with Zenith Bank. It's faster. It's smarter.
I appreciate the little things. Whether I'm topping up airtime, paying for pizza, or my DSTV subscription, I live light with Zenith Bank. It's faster, it's smarter.
Whether you're buying, selling, on the move, or just going through life, Zenith Bank's vast array of digital banking products and services such as payment cards, POS terminals, the bank's mobile banking application, Z Mobile, and many more help you carry out your transactions faster and smarter. Go light with Zenith Bank. It's faster. It's smarter. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Growing up, we had such great Christmas traditions.
Like the Piccadilly biscuits.
And the Kaka Motovide.
And
Christmas shoe.
How about the big family jollof party?
Oh, yeah.